Hi there, Dr. Gary here on the road. We sell dental practices nationwide. We are dental practice brokers. Today's topic is 4.5 month delay in the sale of a dental practice at closing due to wrong bank and wrong attorneys. We'll go over the details on that. So as you know, we are in 24 states now. Just picked up Alabama, Louisiana, Ohio, and we have our 10 employees, including 2 CPA accountants. So you could reach us because we work 363 days a year, take off Christmas and Easter. You could reach us at 201-663-0935. And our website is dentalpracticeguide.com or nationwidedentalpracticebrokers.com. Look us up, or if you want to call just to chat, we'd be happy to talk with you. Now, in addition, everything you're hearing now today is for entertainment purposes. It is not legal or business advice. So please bear that in mind. Also, if you're thinking about selling to one of the DSOs, give us a call because we work with them all the time. We work independently of them, but we know who the best ones are, who's having trouble, what the story is. I think virtually we know everything about them. And some of them are having troubles right now, so you've got to be aware of that. There's mergers going on, the offering of the sale prices are less. So a lot of changes going on with them. When we work with them, they generally pay our commission, so there's no commission to most of our sellers selling to a DSO. Secondly, when you work with us, we're going to get your legal fees reimbursed upon successful closing. So call us, we'll give you the details about that. Okay? We've done that multiple times. Also, we have so let's get into today's topic. What these situations, both of these doctors, buyer and seller, selling a dental office, have owned practices before, and more mature, over the age of 38, I think both of them. One over the age of 45. So they've had some experience, which is great, owning dental practices. And they both insist that they will use their attorneys who are not dental attorneys, because they've used their dental attorneys before, and they said, everything went great. Whoops, sunny out here. Everything went great, no problems. I said, I don't suggest that. I said, my biggest problems were not using a non-dental attorney and avoiding dental attorneys. I think that is a huge mistake. And they're also using a bank, which I didn't have good experience, even though the bank does some of the dental deals. They're not one of the major players. So now you got a situation where 2 attorneys who are not players in our game, names not well known, a bank that does some deals, but it's not a great bank. I've had trouble with them before. One of the attorneys on one of my previous YouTube videos, I was telling about this attorney from hell. Well, that was one of them. This is the attorney that doesn't talk to me. Gives me no information. Nothing. Zero. I'm like in the dark. The other attorney's not a dental attorney. I don't even know who he is. He doesn't communicate with me. And you got a bank I had a very difficult time with in the past. This one bank they chose, and I don't like to name names. Call me privately. I'll tell you who it is. This bank, 10 days before a multi-million-dollar sale, 10 days before the sale, pulled out of the deal. 10 days. That was a nightmare trying to put that deal together. It was crazy, and they threw it in my lap. Had to get the seller to hold some paper. It was like a nightmare. And I don't want to deal with that bank ever again. I don't trust them. I don't like them. And they keep trying to get my business. Say, everything's new. We've redone everything now. We're a whole new image. I said, yeah, tell me about it. So this is the bank that was involved. So along this whole process, I'm kept in the dark about the deal. I'm working with the buyer, working with the seller. They both have bought and sold practice before, and they figured they're the smartest guys in the room. Don't worry, we got this covered. This is going on to closing, going to the closing. They've already agreed on price. To go to the closing table should take 45 days, maybe 60 days. It took 4.5 months because nobody knew what they were doing. Nobody was communicating. Nobody kept me in the loop. Nobody really was speaking to me. The buyer and seller would tell me occasionally, but I really didn't know what was going on. The attorneys are not contacting me. The one attorney won't even call me because he's a frigging nightmare. Attorney from hell. Mind you, I love working with the attorneys. I love dental attorneys. They're great. And ones that are knowledgeable, you need them. They'll put the deal through. They'll watch your back. They'll make a contract that will protect you and your estate for many years to come. But these two attorneys, one I don't even know, and the other was the attorney from hell. Doesn't call me, doesn't keep me posted. I don't even know when the closing was. I'm waiting and waiting. They say, well, it should be soon. And I'm trying to give them some guidance. They keep saying, we got this covered, don't worry. So the closing occurred 4 days ago. I wasn't even aware of it. I knew it was happening at one point, because earlier, 2 weeks before, I gave them my wiring instructions. But I didn't know when the actual closing occurred. Nobody's keeping me posted. This is like, you're driving in the dark. Driving on a highway, there's no lights, you have no headlights, and there's no moonlight. How do you think you're going to do? So, sure enough, the closing occurs. I said, well, wait a minute. That means you own the practice back on Wednesday. Because it's Saturday there. They said, yeah, but we don't have time to go there right now. So the selling doctor said he'd send one of his associates. I said, but wait a minute, you own the practice. It's your liability. What about the staff? Well, you need insurances. You need workman's comp. Yeah, well, why didn't you tell me when you were going to close? Because I didn't know what it was. It was week to week. I had no clue whatsoever. Nobody told me. And you're now owning the practice for 4 days. The doctor has an associate working there. You technically are in charge of the staff and owe them for salary. You're filing, and how insurance is going to get filed? What about the utilities? What about the phone bill? I assume they took care of the lease. Even that I don't even know, because they didn't discuss it with me. I don't know what happened here. This is just like crazy. And they're putting this together on just a wing because they've bought practices before. Their attorneys bought, they know everything. So this is a situation. All I knew, it took them 4.5 months to close after they decided what the sale price was. And they agreed upon it with letter of intent. 4.5 months. All due to the wrong attorneys. They didn't know what they were doing. The terrible bank. And yeah, I guess you could say, well, it closed. Yeah, it closed. I have no idea what the contract looks like. I don't know if it's protecting them or what it's doing. I have no idea. I never looked at the contract, never was able to give them guidance. They didn't tell me what the closing is. The whole thing is crazy. You can't just do these things because you think you've got it figured out. Okay? Or you got everything, it's going to work out because you have experience being a dentist and experience buying practices with some attorneys who may only do a few deals a year. No clue whatsoever. I'm dealing with dental attorneys that do 100, 160, 100, 150 a year. 150 closings. Don't you think they got their act together? So I don't know what's going to happen here. I'm trying to give the guidance 4 days after the deal closes. Asking about the phone, asking about payroll, asking about workman's comp, asking about, do you have insurance? Do you have a payroll company that's working? I don't know what's going to happen. We do try to help out. I don't know if this contract's written properly. Nobody ever sent it to me. What happens to the credits on the account? Did you take care of that? That should all go to the seller. Did you compensate for that? Did you put in a clause in there that the seller, all the credits belong to the seller? I have no idea. So the moral of this story is choose the right bank, choose the right dental attorney for the buyer, and the right one for the seller. Don't go into these things blind. This thing is crazy. I don't know what's going to happen next week. I don't know. All right, team, we're probably at 590 YouTube videos. Hit the subscribe button. You'll be alerted to when new ones come in. It's Labor Day weekend. Have a great time. The summer went fast. I'm at the beach, or you may be at the mountains, wherever you are in the desert. Have fun out there every day. Bye now.